We need a lot of glass. I don't know how much glass, I just know we need a lot of glass. We're going to be using it to fill in this entire area, which looks a bit different now. I mean, you saw the mess we left it off last episode. There were craters, there was uneven terrain, there was blocks everywhere. I mean, technically there's still blocks everywhere, but now they're all flattened and they're lowered. And we've got space underneath our farm to fly around and collect cactus. When we have the cactus to collect, that is, we still need to fill in the farm. You might be asking, did it take a long time? Yes, it took a very long time. We did all of this on a bonus episode you can watch by becoming a member. And why am I picking glass? I don't know. Actually, I do know. It's a really good block. I like glass a lot. It's probably, if I'm being honest, one of my favourite blocks to use in Minecraft. I mean, yeah, it does have nice characteristics that mobs can't spawn in it. That's always nice, but it also looks nice. Especially stained glass, like these red stained glass blocks down here. I can't remember what these were supposed to signify. I think originally it was supposed to signify what traders had the glass, and then I think it was to signify what traders had lanterns, and now who knows. I don't know how many glass blocks I'm going to need. I've got 20 shulkers here lined up, and that's going to be 10 large chests worth, so I'm hoping this is going to be enough. It is a large floor space we've got to fill in, but then again, 20 shulkers is a large amount of glass. I mean, we haven't filled them yet. I've got to actually fill them in. And yes, I do notice this guy over here. I already bought some cherry saplings from him. My policy is, if they have something worth buying, they can live. If not, we kill them. So I'm just going to grab all the glass we need to fill up those shulkers. I really hope this is enough glass. That is all 20 shulkers now full. Costs quite a bit of money. Before we start placing the glass, there is something else I want to sort out first, and you might be able to see it as we run around this place. What is littered all over the floor? Yeah, that's right, there's torches. There are hundreds of them. And although they do exactly what you need them to do, and I've never really cared about having anything else other than torches, because they're so easy to craft and you can get them in such a high number so fast and quickly, I've never really seen a good reason to use anything else. However, since the sheep farm and the project cube, we used glowstone, and it actually worked out a lot better than torches. Now, I only have two other light source blocks, one of them being lanterns, and the other being glowstone. A big part of me thought about using lanterns. The problem is, once I've built up these walls here, like what we have around this cactus cell here to keep the water in, because I'm going to have to do that for every one of the 100 cells in here, or the 99 other cells that we haven't done. If I was to replace the torch, let's say, with a lantern, the problem is I'm not going to be able to get over it. You see what I mean? I'm just getting stuck, I'm getting caught. Yeah, I can go around it, I just can't go over it, because it acts like a block. So although they look nicer than the torches, and damn, they do look nicer than the torches, at least you can just walk through. So lanterns aren't going to work up there in the farm. Down here? Yeah, they probably would work. I could just put lanterns around, dotted around. However, I don't know what I think about having lanterns stuck up on the ground like this. I think they just sort of look like litter. Like, they look like they're not supposed to be there. Like, torches you can get because you've lit up a space just to stop mob spawns or to be able to see properly. Lanterns, it's like you're trying to be decorative, but if you're putting them on the floor all around a giant space like this, I just don't think they have the same effect as, say, a light source block does. I mean, for instance, here in the project cube, the glowstone looks a lot better than torches would, but so much better. It looks just more professional. And although I'm not a professional, I know I'm not a professional, sometimes I'd like to try and give off the impression I am. I know you only have to watch the rest of the video, you can see that's quite clearly not the case, but, you know, sometimes just give me a couple of minutes of pretending to be professional. And although I know there are better light source blocks, the big problem is access. Don't get me wrong, I love shroom lights. Shroom lights are amazing. That's probably the most likely one of these lot of blocks I could probably get in a large amount of quantities, but it would still take a lot more work than glowstone. Frog lights, yeah, I like them, but they're discounted at the moment. Sea lanterns are probably my favourite light source blocks out of every other light source block in the game. However, I don't have a guardian farm set up. That's going to be a huge amount of work, so that's not happening. And copper bulbs, I don't really know how they work. Like, I've put it down here in creative, and I don't know how to turn it on. Do I have to hit it or something with a weapon of some sort? I don't know, whatever the case. We have copper bulbs as well. I mean, we do have access to a crimson forest, so I could go round and grab these. I do have hose, so I could do it quite quickly. I mean, look at them. Look how great they look. they look so much better than glowstone. But when you look at the scale of this place, I'm going to have to collect hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of shroom-like blocks, and that's going to take so long, and we might end up depleting the entire Crimson Forest and then moving on to another. And I'm also thinking about getting a light source block in here as well, in the actual farm itself, so that's going to take hundreds more of the already hundreds we've had to collect for the flooring of the entire perimeter. It's just a lot of work. I could make a warp tree farm or a crimson tree farm, whatever they're called, but I don't know how to do that. It's not my wheelhouse, that's not my skill set, not until I learn, which we will be doing in this series. I mean, part of the reason I'm doing this series, not only to try and push a Minecraft world to its limits for a solo player, and to take a world further than I've ever taken one before, personally, but also actually get good at the game, or to try at least to make improvements. I don't know if I'll ever get good at the game, but I can at least make improvements. So the question is, why don't I learn how to do that farm and then just farm shroom-like? Because as I said before, it's going to take time. I'd rather just get on with it while I'm feeling the momentum of the build. Wow, where did they come from? While I'm feeling the momentum... Okay, this is annoying. I'm just going to ignore them. Ignore them. While I'm feeling the momentum of flow, I don't think there's any point stopping it. I might as well just carry on. And glowstone doesn't look terrible. I'll be honest, it's not my favourite block. I don't like it. I did read a comment saying, he's going through his glowstone phase, which I did have to smile at. I don't like the block. I really don't. But I don't hate it either. I'm just neutral towards it. If I had a choice, sea lanterns would be the block of choice. And as you can see, we don't have much glowstone either. And that means I'm going to have to stock up. Now, unlike glass and unlike chiseled stone bricks, these are much more expensive, 4 times as expensive. So my money is going to deplete at a much quicker rate. I mean, this is the money we have left after all of our trading. I will confess, I did do some trading when I was trading the glass as well with the Fletchers, just to... What am I doing? Just to get some more emeralds, so I don't spend all of my emeralds on glass, because I knew I was going to have to be coming and buying glowstone. I'll be honest, I think I'm just going to have to keep buying glowstone until all of my money is used up, because even then I don't think I'm going to have enough glowstone to do both the flooring of the cactus farm and the actual inside of the farm itself. It was expensive and cost a lot, but this is what we have to work with. That's the glowstone put in for the flooring of the entire farm. Now I'm going to replace all of the torches on the layers of the farm with glowstone, because like I said before, torches look shit. Okay, that is all the glowstone placed, and we did not have enough. I actually had to go back to the trade hall and buy some more because I did run out. It wasn't by much. I managed to get all of this done, the perimeter. As you can see, it's all evenly spaced out. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out to be 10 blocks apart for all of the glowstone placed. I guess I messed up the dimension counting, because we've got this like weird little section here. I had like 4 or 5 blocks left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks left over. So I just had to put this like a 5 block gap in between these two, unfortunately, whereas everything else is 10 blocks. And the part of me that is slightly OCD is annoyed by this. Although that's only 5% of me. The other 95% is I don't give a fuck. As long as it's lit up, it's lit up. But it definitely looks a lot better now it's got glowstone. And the majority of the glowstone was actually placed in the farm itself. As you can see, there is a lot of glowstone in here, 100 blocks per layer to be exact, and there is 100 layers, so that's a lot of glowstone placed. Wow, look at it all. It looks so much better than torches, and I know all of you agree, because you're all massive fans of glowstone, and I don't want you to confirm or deny that. I just know it to be true. Now you can see over here I've got some glass placed down already. Now I was going to do the entire flooring of this perimeter in glass blocks. I wasn't going to get them placed yet because I wasn't sure if I wanted to stick with normal glass or if I wanted to change to something like dyed glass, which, look at that. I'm on the edge of rainfall. I'm wet. I'm dry. I'm wet. I'm dry. This actually happened to me in real life. Kind of freaky. This happened about 2 or 3 times. But as I was saying, I wasn't sure whether to cover this in normal glass or stained glass. But the reason why I have some glass placed already is because I needed to bridge out into the water here and get the glowstone placed, because I couldn't just place glowstone in the water. Like, look, you can't see my hand clicking it. You might be able to hear the clicking on the microphone. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear that. There we go. I'm clicking louder now. You must be able to hear that. Well, yeah, as you can see, I can place no glowstone. However, against a block, obviously I can place it. So that's why I had to bridge out with the glass to place them. And I bridged out with glass in case I did want to keep the transparent normal glass. I don't know why I said transparent. Obviously, glass is transparent. If I wanted to keep the regular glass, and then it would be slightly less blocks to fill in when we come to fill in in this flooring. A couple of episodes ago, I did express my complaints about Endermen in this area because they kept spawning in the area and then moving up layers of the farm and either taking out dirt blocks from the farm itself and moving them to other layers of the farm, or just taking sand blocks and gravel blocks up there. And it was really kind of annoying. And as you can see, there is nothing. What's that there? I think that must just be an extra block I've placed underneath that layer of the farm. But as you can see, all of the blocks have been removed. All you can see is glowstone. So very nice. And I'm hoping now no Endermen actually spawn in this place because we've now lit it up with glowstone. There is something else I'd like to show you. I haven't shown you yet, but in our bonus episode when I was actually excavating this entire area, which by the way was a massive amount of work, you should go check out that episode. You can watch it by becoming a member. We have all of these. Now, as some of these are the original chest of the episode of when I was setting up the cactus farm, you can see I've got some sand and cactus put in there, and some other stuff like from villager houses, because we used to have a village just down here. I mean, there's no remnants of it now. It's completely gone and destroyed. Good riddance, I say. And there's a lot of cactus that I had building up while I was building up that tower of the farm and the rest of the outline for this giant beast of a cactus farm. And I was building up a lot of cactus. But over here we have a lot of sand blocks that was excavated, a lot of cactus as well. A lot of sand blocks that was excavated during our stint here. Those are the torches I just took out of the farm itself now, replaced with glowstone. And a load of other blocks over here. Sandstone, mainly sandstone. Majority sandstone. And here are some of the beds I also took from villager houses. It's almost like serial killer trophies. But the question I want to go back to now is whether or not I want regular glass, or if I want dyed glass. I think I need a crafting table. Now, I like white stained glass, mainly because I used it before in the sheep farm, but also because I have a lot of access to white dye. And you know what? Just putting this in now, I can clearly see it's better than just regular glass. I mean, look at this, right? There we go, white stained glass. And look at this, regular glass. Like, the regular glass isn't bad, but I think we can all agree that stained glass just looks better than regular glass. Just one of the facts of life. It's not controversial, it just is what it is. Well, in which case, if I'm going to be using white stained glass, that's good for us because I have a load of bone blocks, and I also have a load of glass that we got earlier from the villagers. So now I'm going to have to spend a load of time just turning this into white stained glass. I think this should be enough glass. Whether or not this will be enough bone meal, I don't know. We're going to find that out. Forget how far dye actually goes. We've still got the majority of our bone blocks left, or 2/3 of them at least. And as you can see, all of this is now white dye to be used up for the floor. And I can just tell I made the right move, 100%. There is no doubt in me that I made the right move. 100%. This is the better play than regular glass. You know it, I know it, we all know it. Why are you doubting me? You're not doubting me because it's the right move, that's why. And although using white glass has been the right decision, can you believe it? I've actually run out. 20 shulkers of glass was not enough. I still have all of this water section to fill out. Quite a surprising amount of space left, to be fair. It's not a 1 shulker box job. I imagine 3 shulker boxes? Maybe 2. Maybe I could get away with 2, but I think getting 3 would be on the safe side. So that can only mean one thing. Doing another trading session with the Fletchers for a lot of emeralds because I don't have any emeralds because I used them up buying all the glowstone and glass from earlier. And I thought while I'm there you could probably see all the picks in my inventory or my hotbar that are broken or on the verge of breaking. These are the picks I used up while excavating the terrain underneath the cactus farm, and as you can see there's a lot. I should really have started earlier with all the trading I did earlier, it just slipped my mind, but seeing as I've come back to do some trading I might as well repair what I can while I'm doing it. And that goes for shovels too. There's a lot of shovels I still need to repair. A lot more picks, but yeah, shovels. Well, that's the floor sorted. I did have enough blocks and it looks so much better than it did before. Oh yeah, that's really professional. Who do I see up here? Looks like we've got ourselves an intruder. It's unfortunate, but he doesn't seem to have anything I want. Die. Die. You know the price. If you don't have anything I want to buy, you need to learn the lesson of your failures. Come back here. There we go, that's you dead, and that's you dead. Never come back here again. I'm thinking the next part we do is now sort the storage. This is what I've done here for this tower of the cactus farm. As you can see, we've got our hopper from our original chest up here, and then I just did chests and hoppers all the way down to the floor. So I've got cactus. Yeah, so it goes up to there. So there's a lot of cactus in here, and obviously we have a load more up there. I'm thinking I'd rather have the storage in place for the remaining 99 towers before we put the cactus into place, because I don't want to build up the farm and then not be collecting anything. I'd rather have the collection system in place so that once the farm is fully built, it's operational. All of my iron is inside of this shulker. That's a lot of iron we've collected, and that's without an iron farm. Not to mention we also have these hoppers here, so that's a lot less hoppers we're going to have to craft now because of the hoppers in here. We're going to need over 7.5 stacks of hoppers, so this is already a good head start. Alright, this is 1 stack, 2 stacks crafted, that is 3 stacks crafted, 3.5 stacks. There we go, 7 stacks and 47 hoppers. I think that will be enough to facilitate the storage system. If not, we have a lot of iron and chests available. We can just make some more. Now I've got to put in the holes for each of the farm as well, so I know where each of the hoppers are going to be placed. That was not the right place. I'm destroying my own farm. Oh, I didn't realise there's been a lot more Enderman activity around these parts than I first thought. I thought I'd filled in all the areas they had taken blocks from, but I'm guessing I didn't. Well, I mean, I haven't done, because as you can clearly see, there are blocks missing. Now, rather than towering up and starting out of the hopper and working my way down with the chests and hoppers till I get to the floor, it'd be easier just to put the chest down, then hopper, then chest, then hopper, then chest, like a step, just like stairs, and work my way up to it. However, I just need to make sure I get it in the right place, and that, I believe, is 7 blocks out from the hole. So if you can see the middle hole, it's probably going to be easier to see on another one of these cells. So if you see the central hole here, I've got to stand directly under it and then go 7 out. However, I'm a little bit uncertain I'm going to be messing it up. So what I'm doing now is I'm putting sand blocks into the holes because they're gravity affected blocks. They will fall down onto the floor below and they will pinpoint exactly where these holes above are. There we go, now all the positions are easily laid out for me to be able to see. And I thought it was 7 blocks out from this, but I believe it's actually going to be 6 blocks out from this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it worked out well. Now all of that storage system will collect all of this tower all the way up the 30th layer. Now I've just got to do the same for all of the 98 remaining now. Listen, you know, I know, everyone knows that this isn't very efficient as storage. It looks cool, yes, it looks cool. But if we're being honest, it would just be better to have some centralized chests and then hoppers feed into those centralized chests or water flumes. So you're probably asking why I didn't do that. Well, one, I don't have the hoppers for it, even though yes, I have hundreds of hoppers here. I still don't think I'd have enough hoppers for it, and the water flumes, I don't actually know how to set up water flumes. And although yes, I could look up how to do it, and it probably wouldn't take that long. Sometimes I just like kind of playing Minecraft for myself and doing things the way I want to do it. I'm sure at some point I might fix this, but for the time being, this is fine. I don't have a problem going from chest to chest collecting cactus. Not a big deal for me. Takes a little bit longer. Who cares? That is now our storage system put into place for the farm. I need to sort the beacons. Their positions were great to begin with because we had a lot of terrain built up, but now we've removed that terrain, the beacons are just floating in midair. And I'd like to position them further down because it seemed I was right. A lot of people answered my question from episode 8, which was to do with the beacon's reach for abilities. The beacon's abilities will reach you 50 blocks out in all directions. That's north, east, southwest, plus 50 blocks below. However, when it comes to above, it's 50 blocks northeast, southwest, as high as the beacon goes. So basically all the way to build height. That's why even up here, I can still get speed 2 boost. That's why it makes sense to have the beacon lower into the world, right? Well, that went well. Is this going to kill me if I go down here? It is, isn't it? Alright, take 2. And there are creepers everywhere. Right, not a big deal, I got my stuff back. And so our quest continues to the bottom of the earth. Oh, look at that. Diamonds. There we go, we have reached rock bottom. or bedrock bottom. Alright, I've dug out where I want each of the beacons to be. It's all the way down there and I don't want to die. I've already died twice. Came close to dying another 2 or 3 times. So what I'm doing is I'm putting water down and I should head back up actually. Grab the water and it will be draining and now I just go down with it. Alright, and here we have it. This is the chamber where the beacon's going to be. I can hear lava, so I know that there is lava in the area. I don't know where it is. I've just realised I'm going to have to go up another block because we've got bedrock here and I'm not going to be able to remove this. Beacon number 1. Beacon number 2. Beacon 3. Beacon number 4. So all the beacons are in place and I've changed their position now for better coverage of the farm. So before I had 2 over here and 2 on this side as well, but now I've got 1 on every side right at the very center. So I should get full coverage for the entire farm because what I was finding, there was like a strip right in the center of the farm that I wasn't actually managing to get speed 2 boost bonus. And it was really annoying when I actually came to fill this section out because I did that for all 30 layers of the farm. So yeah, this feels amazing. I'm much happier with the beacon placement. The next thing to sort is get in here. Currently I'm having to use this portal here which is right next to the creeper farm and then having to travel over to the cactus farm. And even though it's not that far away, it's still a rocket or 2 distance, and a rocket or 2 distance away, even though it's not very far, is still kind of inconvenient. And now I'm going to be having it on this side. There we go, we have a portal now set up. Now we'll see what the spawn's like inside. I can't say it's great, it's a basalt delta biome. On the plus, it's right next to our quartz road, which will lead to other portals within the nether. I am going to have to change the height of this portal, however, because I want all of our portals to be of the same height. It's just so much easier, more convenient for setting up nether roads, because at some point I'm going to be setting up a nether highway. Now, if everything's gone to plan, this should connect up with our nether portal at the cactus farm. Ah, it does. Genius. Never doubted myself for a second, not a single second. As you can see, it's cramped in here. We have very close quarters, so I'm going to have to space this place out a little bit, and then I'm going to have to try and find our other quartz road. I say our other quartz road, or just our quartz road. Well, well, well. Another piece of ancient debris. Y equals 68. Didn't even this might actually be one of the first pieces I've ever found in a basalt delta biome, because I never go searching for them in a basalt delta biome because they're just so much easier to find in a nether waste biome or in a crimson forest or warped forest biome. Wow. Okay, I'll take that. Look at this. Magic. Another piece of ancient debris. Oh, look at that. We have 5 now. We're balling right now. Maybe I should be slightly cautious about making this space too large because magma cubes are going to want to spawn in here. And if they spawn in here, I'm probably going to lose the will to live. As I do with all nether portals I make. Put an ender chest down by it for future emergencies. Not that there will be a future emergency. I'm a titan of a player in this world. And now I'm going to search for the quartz road. I'm just going to head off in one direction, the straight line method, as I often do. Just head off in a straight line and just see what happens. Okay, I don't think it's this direction. Let's try this direction. Not that direction either. Next we'll try west. See what happens over this way. Okay, west has failed me as well. It's finally time to try north. Okay, north has failed me as well. That means it's failed in all 4 directions, but I'm definitely at the right level. So I figure that just means I'm just going to have to head out further until I find what I want. Oh, okay, I found it. That was very easy. Usually I use quartz for the road, but now I've been thinking, why do I need to use quartz when I have sandstone? Even though it's becoming a tradition I use quartz, there's no real reason for me to use it because I already have an idea in mind for replacing the quartz road with glass road, simply because mobs can't spawn on glass and they can spawn on quartz. So when that day comes, I'd rather destroy sandstone to fall into lava rather than the quartz blocks. And so as you can see from here, the sandstone still stands out just as much as the quartz does. It's that high contrast block, and I don't know why I didn't do this before. I think I just had my heart set on a quartz road, but I've given it more thought. Like I said, I won't be going forward with quartz. Now I'll just widen the road so I can fly down here with an elytra because legs are overrated. Then we'll just come over to the project cube quickly, steal 1 sign, take it back to our new portal, and man, this is such a good tunnel, and use that sign to label the portal because I will forget. Cactus farm. As you can see, there's a lot of chests in this place, and there's a lot of hoppers too, and this wasn't cheap. In fact, our wood shulker is completely empty, and instead I just have chiseled stone bricks I completely forgot about. Our chest storage was completely empty. I had to use the last remaining part of our wood to craft these chests because I didn't think I'd have enough chests for the entire place, because I did run out of them as well. I might have miscalculated, and that can only mean one thing: another wood chopping session. Man, this is so satisfying. I don't like chopping wood regularly. If I have one large session and then a break in between those large sessions, I collect the wood. I actually kind of enjoy it, like one of those therapeutic activities. I'm also slowly diminishing the trees around the explored part of my world. All of this here used to be forest, and my trade hall is just over there, and the jungle also used to be in this entire section as well, but I removed it from here as well. I'm slowly pushing it back. And although it's kind of sad when you think of deforestation, it's also immensely enjoyable. A breaking news, I have just found a panda. What's he doing here in this part of the forest? He must have come from over here. I didn't even realise it was a bamboo jungle. Although, no, that is definitely bamboo. Oh, did I just lose him? Where'd he go? There he is. It helps that they're so slow. Alright fella, don't worry. Juice is going to help you. You just get into that boat. There we go. And what a snug fit. He looks so comfy. I'm going to keep him here. Keep him here until we can rehome him in a much better place. As if to think he wants to actually survive out here in the wild with unlimited space. No way. Don't worry mate. I've watched Kung Fu Panda. I know you like noodles. I'll get you some. What do you think? It's a bit of a change of scenery now. Tree chopping session is done, and all of this used to be filled with trees and now isn't. You can see we've got another beehive in the area, and this bee has just been frozen in time. Don't know what's going on with him, but I like him. And our panda friend over here is no longer hidden by trees. Not so inconspicuous now, are you, buddy? Man, I love them so much. It's not until we fly up overhead that you really see the scale of deforestation, and it really puts things into perspective of how close things are. Because there's my trade hall. There's the sheep farm. And these two beacons are for the mines underneath the ground. And how much wood did we get? Well, I managed to replenish all of the chests within my chest shulker box. I had to use up a lot of logs to make all of these. And then we also refilled the wood shulker box with all these logs. And then I also carried on chopping for a bit longer, so we had another large chest worth of logs of wood we could use at a later date, in case if the wood from one of these two runs dry. Or I need more wood to craft more chests. And there is a little tiny bit left in here. And I think that's going to be it for this episode. We've done a lot to this place. There's still a heck of a lot left to do. And I'm going to be saving that for the next episode, because I'm planning on getting this place entirely built. All the cactus put in, all the sand put in, all of the water, fences, everything. I want to be collecting cactus on a monumental scale by the end of the next episode. Alright, bye. Now I just need to go back and grab my stuff. If I can remember the way. And I can. Here's our stuff. So I'll take all the bamboo. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to make 2 trips because all of this will not fit in my inventory at once. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way it goes. Alright, that's all of my stuff now transferred over to here. And I think I'm going to just start with small steps. Of course, I would love to take over this entire cave and make it my own, but that's just unrealistic and overwhelming. I think a better